Hello everyone, it's Mike Levin on, I guess it's Tuesday, May 2nd. I think I got that right. And it's about 7:30 p.m. and I am going to take this route home so that I can swing by some of the grocery stores and pick up some stuff. But I thought I'd capture my momentum and my motivation and my, I suppose you'd say, clarity of thought at the moment concerning my work and its status. And specifically, I've worked my way through a series of interesting, definitely similar and challenging data collection and reporting projects lately. And when I started out that whole process, I was pretty much a Vim and generic Linux server guy. So give me a generic Linux server with TCP/IP services. Tell me what repo system it uses. I guess that's a little important because I won't compile from source. I'll generally use the Debian apt-get system. That's Debian Package Manager, with the apt-get program as its interface to get and install software. There's also Yum, which is the, I guess, user-friendly version of the Remote Package Management, or RPM system, which is also the Red Hat package management system, because I do believe that Red Hat is the one that popularized that. So a lot of stuff that's using that repo is in the Red Hat branch or lineage of Linux. And so my field is search engine optimization, and all the realities keep changing yet again. Not provided was a pretty big event for me. I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And with the feedback, the easy feedback loop of potentially self-optimizing systems was, for the most part, flipped off gradually, but it was throttled back. There's no reason for Google to pass on to website owners of the world using services of all sorts the continuous flow of keyword data that used to result from search hits. When Google switched to not provided, the feedback loop that you could use to know what content to publish where and how, and infer other things like how often, and recycling of existing pages versus creating new pages. This could all be turned into almost like an organically growing thing, so that sites took forever better shapes, and it was just up to users to sort of curate it and make sure that the resulting shape made sense and did not look too spammy. Well, guess what? They were too spammy, and Google's been on a war against that sort of stuff, ever since. I guess it was like 2008, 2009 when all this stuff started playing out. So we're many years into it now, and the changes like that we see happen with Fred from a few weeks ago, where a lot of spammy sites were penalized, but it did affect a lot of other sites. It didn't destroy the other sites, but it definitely was noticed in all the analytics and reporting, and people are wondering whether that is a permanent loss of traffic now, or a temporary condition that they'll gradually come back from. And it's a whole bunch of reading the tea leaves for people who figured out how to monetize their web traffic. First capture eyeballs, then figure out who will pay money for those captured eyeballs. But the eyeballs only stay if the site remains sticky. So there is a certain amount of tender love and care, content creation, wit, genuine human uniqueness that needs to go in as the initial product, so that the whole thing is not just all the same stuff being recycled over and over again. So you want to become one of those big initial, points of new stuff into the system that people can follow along and really get an appreciation for, what's involved. So that was a long ramble going for, capturing the motivation while I really have it. So I switched from being that sort of Vim person to being a Jupyter Notebook person. And as a Jupyter Notebook person, I very much like working that way, and I look forward to sharing my work with others so that they can do exactly as I do with just a moderate amount of instruction. And I think I'm very close to that, and I think I just need to hit that home with this current set of deliverables I'm working on, putting the notebook into Notebook, maybe having a slideshow that walks you through it with some screenshots and stuff. And then that'll pretty much be it. That'll be the big test of whether my new way of working will take root and be this really exciting phase of my career where, SEO data scientist, woohoo, and that'll be exciting. Hope that happens. I just got to keep working at it, keep plugging away, and ratcheting the ambition level and reproducibility of what I do up notch by notch. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope to talk to you again soon, and don't forget to subscribe.